I started going to church with our black neighbors. They invited me a few weeks ago. And I was curious, excited. I'd never been to a black church, and I haven't been to any church in years, so I went. I didn't know what to expect. They told me the church starts at 10 o'clock, so I arrived at 9:45. What they did not tell me is that parking lot church starts at 9:30. So I was late. So I got there, we went inside, and I sat down next to Miss Beverly. And then the church starts. And the choir starts singing. And the music starts playing. And it was amazing. And they sang, and they sang, and they sang. And we were on our feet. This went on for an hour. Then we sat down. Then the pastor came out and started delivering his sermon. And I had never seen anything like that. That was something. He would start preaching. We would get fired up. Then we would stand up and say hallelujah, then sit back down. And he would preach some more. Then we would stand up and say hallelujah and sit back down. Then he would preach some more, and we would stand up and say hallelujah, then sit back down. At one point, I had my hands up over my head. Didn't even know why. That lady sitting next to me in the purple hat was vibrating in her seat. It was something else. I don't know what I believe. And I don't know what they're selling. But I'm buying. I'm in. They convinced me. Whew. So I went back the next Sunday. And this time I was ready. I got there at 9:15. I was wearing a nice tailored suit. Nice pair of shoes. Looked the part this time. We walked in. And I sat down next to Miss Beverly and that lady next to me in the pink hat. And it was the same thing. The choir was singing and the music was playing, and we were standing and we were sitting, and the pastor came out and he delivered a sermon, and we would stand up and say hallelujah and sit back down. I had my hands up over my head again and didn't know why. That lady in the pink hat vibrated again. I mean, I am sold. I can't get enough. So this time, I stuck around for fellowship afterwards, and they had a spread of food a mile long, and everybody was so nice and so welcoming. Everyone came up and they shook my hand and introduced themselves to me. At one point, that lady in the pink hat, she came up, she grabbed my hand, and then she told me about all the potholes on her street. Asked me what I could do about them. I don't know what that was all about, but I guess I can make some phone calls. Yeah, I'm going back this Sunday. For sure. But my buddy Marcus, who just happens to be gay and a little sparkly, wants to go. And I asked Miss Beverly. She said, fine. So I'm going to take my gay friend Marcus to my black neighbor's church.